Can CHAT GPT help us with our sewing? Well, I have some curtains to sew for my son. I have a lovely fabric I've already washed and ironed. I have all the things I need to make the curtain, and I have some blackout fabric. And when I've seen this, I always seen that the fabric goes separated. I mean, it's two curtains you have to sew. You have to sew your curtain and inside another curtain with the blackout fabric. But I want to do it all in once because I don't want it's a children's bedroom. I don't want two curtains. I think it's too much of a fuss. So I want to do it all in one. Let's see what Gepetto says. ChatGPT, I mean. And it looks like he has a solution. And apart from giving me loads of different tips to sew a blackout curtain, he's telling me, well, I say he's telling me to cut the same size of both of the fabrics so I can sew them right size together and turn them right size out at the bottom, and that way it's already sewn. My first idea was to cut the fabric in a bigger size so I could wrap the blackout curtain, but this one is better because I don't have all that fuss. Let's put all that to the side and I'll tell you about it later. So my blackout curtain is, I only got a meter because it's like, it's double width but 3 meters, so it's massive. And then my fabric was 17 euros a meter, and the same, it's double width, so I only got, I think, 150. Madre. So imagine a rectangle of fabric. I'm going to sew together the 3 top sides and leave the bottom open to turn it right sides out. So I have a 90-14 needle, I have a polyester thread, and I have one of those big cones in a mug because I don't know where to put it. Let's see how it behaves. Let's sew this. I'm going to get to the corner. We're always going to lift the needle in to be able to lift the presser foot and put it down again. Well, I have everything sewed. The fabric was good to sew, the same with the needle and with the thread. I didn't have any problems. And now I'm going to turn it right sides out, like a duvet cover. Well, now Gepetto's telling me to press all these corners, and I'm going to do it really carefully because this is polyester and I don't want to mess it up. So let's do it with low heat. And then one thing you can do if you want all the edges really settled is to stitch all around it. Stop stitch all your panel, but it doesn't say anything, so I'm going to just do as he says, and I'm going to sew the bottom and be careful with the weight. This curtain is really heavy and is going to go lower than once I hang it. I'm sure it's going to be lower than expected. So, well, that doesn't matter. I can always take it up again, but let's try and see if I can do it properly. So the hemming looks really good, and it looks so nice that I'm thinking about doing the sides as well, but I'm going to sew the curtain top, the tape, first, and then it will be only sewing the sides in case I want to. So this is the curtain tape I always get when I go to the haberdashery, the one they always offer me. And it's quite easy to work with. You just have to sew the two sides, the top and the bottom, and then this has some cords inside, and if you pull them you'll end up gathering your curtain. I'm not going to, because as I said, it's a children's bedroom and it's a door, really, it's not a window, so I don't need this dress in the window, so I'm not going to do that. Then you have these little things that go on the curtain, and then they hook on your choice of rings. So it's quite easy to do, and you can even do different designs. You can sew it higher on the curtain or lower, and if you sew it lower, this bit of fabric will hide the rod. So it has many different options and really easy to work with. So let's sew this to the sides, to the top. Well, I'm really happy. It's been years since I sewed curtains, and I'm not only happy for that, I'm happy as well because it's something new. I've never before sewn a pair of curtains with the blackout curtain behind, and I think it's really good to learn and to do new things. And it's funny how after sewing loads of things, you can end up sewing something new, something you didn't expect. So I'm really happy. And now with this, I'm going to leave it as it is. And when I go upstairs, I'll see if I need to gather it a little bit, depending on the distance of the shelves, not the shelves, what's the name today? Words don't come easy today. The bars, depending on the distance of the bar. Tonight, when I go to bed, it'll come to mind. When you sew your curtains, be careful with the height you give it. Take it into account the rod because it can change. I'm super happy with this method, and I love how CHAT GPT, it's really helpful with all these things. We have Google, it's another tool, really useful, and I really like this idea. Tell me in your comments what you think about this method and if you're going to try it out. Bye.
Grabándose.